Is Kanye West turning over a new leaf? That is the big question after he took out a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal and presented an open letter called "To Those I've Hurt." By the way, there are reports that a full-page ad in the Wall Street Journal costs somewhere between $200,000 to $250,000.
What are we doing wrong?
I thought the newspaper business was going out. But in this letter, he is addressing a lot of the controversial things, not all of them, but many of them that he has said, as he puts it, over the last 10 years. And he's going back to the car accident he had, I guess, about 25 years ago now. So in the letter, he says, 25 years ago, I was in a car accident that broke my jaw and caused injury to the right frontal lobe of my brain. I lost touch with reality. Things got worse the longer I ignored the problem. I said and did things I deeply regret. It does not excuse what I did, though. I'm not a Nazi or an anti-Semite. I love Jewish people.
Okay, so...
Now, he says, by the way, that frontal damage was undiagnosed for a long time.
Well, we should say that I believe it was around 2015, Kanye was put on an involuntary psychiatric hold. He was diagnosed with,
at that point,
bipolar disorder. So I'm not sure how that plays into the car accident, but we have seen Kanye go off the rails in this very office and having an episode. So what he is saying is, look, this was me not being me, and I'm out of the fog, and I'm sorry for what I did, and I don't feel the way I said I felt. And
by the way, credits Bianca, his wife, in helping him get to this point. We have heard him make, not to this level, but we've heard him make apologies for some of this stuff before. Only to have him then make a, Heil Hitler music video.
Well, but at the same time,
you can't rely on any of this.
You may not be able to rely on it, but there's nothing to rely on. You either accept it or you don't. I mean, at a point, if somebody says it, do you give them a chance? And I don't know the answer.
You can give them a chance at your own peril, because by his own admission, he's saying that this is a constant struggle, whether he stays medicated and eats well and has therapy. These episodes, manic episodes, are extremely empowering. He talks about this. It's very well stated that you don't want to be on your medicine because you honestly feel empowered. You feel like everyone's overreacting.
He told us that here.
Yes.
He told us that here.
That's true, but it's also something that a narcissist might say if they've been relegated to the fringes of society. This is a guy who was extremely influential, and now he's down there with the David Dukes and the Nick Fuentes because of the rhetoric that he's been spewing. If you want to get back in the conversation, you would say something like this.
I don't know.
And you can question the sincerity for that reason.
My feeling about this is, why not say, okay, let us see what you're going to do, but I'm not going to dismiss it as disingenuous without watching his actions from here to 5 years from now.
Yeah, you don't have to. I mean, honestly, but it is something that you can question.
And as a Jew, it would be easy for me to say, screw him, all the things he said, because it's awful. I mean, he said Heil Hitler. He said he loves
a music video.
But now every time he says it, he says, CEG, my article in the Wall Street Journal. That's the disease talking and not me. So where does that get you?
Where it gets me is that you don't want to make things unforgivable at a point. Give him a chance. Maybe he turns it around. If he does, that's fantastic. And if he doesn't,
I'm more leery of it than
where we
everyone.
were. So.
Hi, I'm Karina. I'm from Florida, and I think it's good to see an apology, but healing takes more than words. For many people, trust will only come if it's followed by genuine long-term change.
That's true.
By the way,
that's totally true.
He supposedly has a new album coming up at some point.
Well, that's what makes it suspicious.
But also will give you an opportunity to see what music comes out there. Is there another Heil Hitler? Is there a sequel to that song?
If there is.
And if there isn't, then you can go, all right, maybe he is changed.
That is a low bar.